You know what's the most entertaining thing in the world?
What's that?
To point out someone else's failure so you can laugh at it and feel better about yourself.
That's right. We are Chris and Megan Rhea, and we talk about life and love. Why do we do that?
Because life and love are too important to live on autopilot, friend.
So like Megan said, today we're looking at people's date night fails.
You guys, there's some doozies.
How many of you have had a couple date night fails? I don't know. Meg and I certainly have, and if you stay to the end, we're gonna be sharing some of our very own date night fails.
And if you just heard about this for the first time, raise your hand.
That's right, because some of them she planned. In fact, most of them over here.
Get out of here, man.
she
Whatever.
Fails make us feel better about ourselves. So we're gonna look at these. We found these online, and then we're gonna react to some of these fails.
But before we jump into why these dates failed so epically, we have to find out what makes a date great.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like, what's the most important element in a date? And so the experts, whoever they may be, took a poll on what the most important elements are. Ready?
What are they?
Okay. Listen up, guys. What do you think? What matters most on a date? Number 1, thoughtfulness. Number 2, creativity. Number 3, a romantic gesture.
Ooh.
Number 4, timeliness. Number 5, practicality. Or number 6, surprise element.
Surprise.
What do you think?
What do the experts say?
The experts say, drum roll, thoughtfulness.
Thoughtfulness is the most important
Yeah.
thing. Wow.
I know.
So Meg, let's hear from some people who planned an epic date, but it did not go the way they thought it was going to go.
It did not go well for Susan and Elliot of Denver. Let us tell you that. Susan and Elliot of Denver planned a romantic picnic in the park. Just the two of them. This is off to a good start, right? Before they even unpacked the picnic basket, a muddy, wet dog ran right across their blanket, breaking the bottle of wine, overturning the basket, and shaking gallons of water all over them.
And this is why I cannot stand picnics, all right? I don't want to go on a picnic. I don't like picnics. I don't want to go get food and eat it outside with all the bugs and the dogs and everything out there, the elements. It's good in theory.
It is good in theory.
It's something women love and men do it for them because we really don't like it. Well, I can't speak for all men, but I can speak for me.
I don't like it.
This would be an epic fail in my eyes as well.
You're very passionate about this.
I am.
There could be a muddy dog, guys. You
And I love dogs.
You do love dogs.
But come on.
Not other people's muddy dogs,
No, that's gross. And where's the dog owner?
Where is the dog owner? They owe them a bottle of wine. That's all I gotta say.
Dog owner lets their dog run through this person's picnic.
Maybe it got off the leash. I don't know.
Come on.
Were those people that don't put their dog in a leash because they think that the dog is like behaved?
And side note on that, that is one of my biggest pet peeves.
It truly
when
is.
People don't have their pet on a leash. We know you think your dog is the most behaved, the most obedient dog in the world. They don't even need a leash. Well, when another dog comes into the mix, or these poor people having a picnic, they see a squirrel or something, they're taking off, and they're going to go ruin someone's picnic. So please put your dog on a leash.
For the sake of Susan and Grant.
All right, I'm done with my rant.
Are you sure?
Oh, sure.
Okay, let's look at date night number 2. My fiance got really upset when I didn't get him anything for our anniversary after we agreed we weren't going to do gifts for this year's anniversary.
Okay.
He surprised me with a diamond necklace and then cried because I didn't secretly get him anything.
Oh, man. There's a lot to unpack here.
There really is.
There's a lot to unpack. First of all, I think there's some communication. It sounds like they communicated well through this, but
I'm going to say it's the guy's fault.
Well, yeah, it's his fault.
Okay, for 2 reasons.
Okay.
Right. Number 1, he said we're not doing gifts.
Right.
Now, if you want to surprise your wife with an anniversary gift, Even though you say you're not doing gifts, that's fine. Just
Right.
don't be hurt when she didn't get you anything in return because
Yeah.
she can't read your mind.
There you go.
Number 2, you cried?
Chris.
You cried about this?
Oh, it
Come
really
on,
meant
man.
a lot to this poor gentleman. But yeah, guys, this goes back to an expectation versus reality. She can't read your mind, bro. She can't read your mind.
Well, this also doesn't say if they were married or just dating. If you're dating and you're listening to this, you may want to get out of this one. You got a high maintenance man on your hands there, young lady.
Young whippersnapper.
This next date night fail is pretty funny. It says this. It says, I went to Panda Express with my girlfriend for Valentine's Day, and her fortune cookie read, a new relationship awaits. And then she broke up with me. Okay. So many things here.
So many things. Strike one, you went to Panda Express on Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Guys.
Maybe that's why she broke up with him. It's like, I understand Valentine's Day, you know, if you don't make a reservation, you're going to wait. But Panda Express?
Panda Express, guys.
Come on.
Like, you shouldn't, for Valentine's Day, you don't want to order your food and sit down and then, like, take a number. Like, that's not super romantic. Now, maybe Valentine's Day is, like, super chill for you. You do you. Like, we understand that. But if the expectation isn't Panda Express, don't be getting her orange chicken. Don't do that.
And I love
Okay?
me some orange chicken.
You love some orange chicken.
Okay, I like Panda Express.
Sure.
I don't eat it a lot, but I do like it. Now, you can't bring your wife or your girlfriend there on Valentine's Day.
But you know, the Lord had her back because did you see the fortune cookie?
Was that prophetic?
It's prophetic, fortune cookie. It's right. A new relationship awaits. Baby girl, you don't need no more Panda Express next Valentine's Day.
I think that was the culprit. You got dumped because you went to Panda Express. Put a little more thought. Thoughtfulness. Number one reason a date doesn't fail.
We're all learning here.
Panda Express, that's for like, hey, we need something quick
And
on
it's
the
a
go.
random Tuesday.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
The next one is about Jill. Jill from Oklahoma City dropped the kids off at Grandma and Grandpa's house for a sleepover and went back home to get ready for her big date with her husband. Perfect, okay? Her husband, Francis, was fast asleep. Since they had 2 hours before meeting friends, Jill snuggled up next to him and fell asleep. We slept for 13 hours.
This
This is so real.
this says it all. It's for people with kids.
You're exhausted.
People with young kids, I can totally see our friends who have young kids
Yes.
doing this exact thing. Like, we're gonna have an epic weekend,
Uh-huh.
epic dinner. We're gonna get the kids finally out of the house, get them over to Grandma and Grandpa's.
Yeah.
Come home.
Right?
Just take a little nap.
Yeah, poor Francis. He's just taking a power nap after his long Friday, right? He's just trying to get his gusto going for date night. Bye, Francis.
13 hours of
See you
sleep.
Saturday morning. You guys should have planned a brunch date on Saturday.
Well, that's
right?
what I was going to say. At this point, I think that's what you do. You sleep for 13 hours, you get up, you go have a real cool breakfast date.
And can we talk about their friends? Their friends, like, did they actually get to sit at the table? You know, those restaurants are like, you can't be seated till your whole party's here. How long were they waiting for Jill and Francis?
Calling them, texting them, no response.
You stood up. Your friends.
Stood up.
Here's what they do. They buy them brunch on Saturday. You owe them, Jill and
You owe
Francis.
This next one is pretty hilarious. I love this. It says this. This was on Twitter.
Oh.
My mate posted 5 pictures of the steak he ate on Valentine's Day and 0 pictures of the girlfriend he ate with. Man, this is amazing. But here's the thing. This tells you the difference between men and women right here.
Please tell me.
Okay,
Please
because
educate me.
that steak was that was it. That was what meant the most to this
Oh my
guy
gosh.
during dinner, you know, and he wasn't thinking, oh, I should be taking selfies of my girl. That's what women do. Women think about, hey, we should take pictures together. We should take selfies with the food.
You see this is problematic though, right? Like you don't stand up for your boy.
I mean, I want to see what the steak looks like.
I'm sure it was a great steak. And meanwhile, she's sitting over there, got ready for 2 hours, the whole business, and she's like, do I compare to the steak? Ow!
That must have been like a tomahawk ribeye or something.
Oh my gosh, like it matters.
Hey, his friend got to see the steak. I mean,
it's the most important part.
Very important.
This one is from Robert, and Robert's talking about his parents here. He says, Robert said, I asked my dad what he's doing for Valentine's Day, and he said, your mom and I have been married for 40 years, so we really don't care about stuff like that. Then I asked my mom what she's doing for Valentine's Day, and she said, I don't know, but I hope your dad has something fun planned.
this is fantastic.
Not for poor Barbara. Let's call her Barbara.
This shows though, this right here, this is why expectation is so key in marriage. I don't care if you've been married a year or 50 years. I mean, unmet expectations cause so much conflict in marriage.
I think this is the perfect time to let the people know we have a marriage course. The whole first module is on communication, and definitely Barbara and her husband need help in this department because, yeah, like you said, unmet expectations. Barbara was either one hurt, disappointed, bitter. Maybe she got a little passive aggressive with him on Valentine's Day. She's like, he's just sitting there watching TV, and she's all done up. She's like,
yeah, but this is 40 years into marriage.
that's true.
40 years.
There's some definite broken communication patterns here.
How can he be so clueless after 40 years that she wants to do something, but he's like, it's just a Hallmark holiday.
Let me just tell you something, guys. 90% of us want to do something. Whether or not that's big, maybe your girl just wants to stay home and like get a heart-shaped pizza and watch a movie. That's fine. Get her a card. Buy a flower. Do something that says, you're still special to me after 40 years.
And I'm going to push back on the couples that say, we don't need this Hallmark holiday. Okay. We show people we love. I mean, if you're on the same page with your spouse, that's fine. The most important thing is you being on the same page. But why wouldn't you want to take an opportunity to be romantic on the most romantic day of the year?
Yeah.
If you have a significant other. You know how many people, single people, who wish they could be out celebrating Valentine's Day with someone special. And we're like, it's just a Hallmark holiday.
And side note, it is not a Hallmark holiday. If you've never looked up the origins of Valentine's Day, it's fascinating.
Ooh, what is the origins of Valentine's Day?
It's a very complicated story, Chris. I'll let the people Google it.
Google it.
I'll put a link down below.
There we go.
There we go.
So I hope hearing about these people's fails make you feel a little bit better about you dating your spouse or significant other, because it is important, we believe, to try to plan dates. And how we react when dates go bad is super crucial.
And they will. They're going to go bad.
You have got to be kidding.
Because I'm going to ask you this, Megan Ray. We're going to let you in.
Okay.
What is a date night fail that you feel like me and you went on and it failed epically?
Okay. Do I have a story for you, friends?
Yes.
And it revolves around Valentine's Day.
Was it Valentine's Day?
It was Valentine's because you planned it so special. Do you remember this now?
Okay. You're talking about.
So Chris planned this surprise Valentine's Day date for us. He said, have a bag packed, be ready to leave work by 4:30. It was like Valentine's Day happened to be like on a Friday night. It was perfect. He's like, okay, my gosh. So I get ready, right? We leave work, got my bag packed. We're headed down to downtown Detroit. That's within driving distance for us.
Yes.
And he had booked a night at a hotel, a really awesome hotel. Yeah. Do you want to jump in at all?
Yeah. So I booked a night at the Motor City Hotel. It's a casino. Now, we don't gamble, but they have a restaurant that Megan has been wanting to try for so long.
It's Wolfgang Puck's restaurant, right?
Wolfgang
so
Puck.
Very
bougie,
high end, whatever.
So we check into the hotel. We get our room, we go upstairs, we freshen up, We have reservations for dinner. We walk down through the casino to the restaurant.
Yes. And it's like a beautiful, the casino's not that great, but the restaurant itself is like really, really cool. And the one thing that you need to know about this restaurant is it's the kind that you can see into the kitchen.
Yes.
So it's all glassed in. So you're sitting there, we're in this cozy, cool booth, and we were sitting there, and we were there, we got water service, right? So we were there for all of 3 minutes. And all of a sudden,
there's some chaos happening in the
smoke,
kitchen.
There's a lot of yelling, and we looked through the glass window, and guys, the kitchen caught on fire.
It caught on fire, literal fire.
Literal fire. 3 minutes into our date.
They're trying to put this fire out. They got all the extinguishers out.
fire
They're trying to save
extinguishers.
steaks. I see this guy like he's trying to save the steaks and move them out of the fireway.
Yeah, that's not a good, like, you don't want to eat a steak after it's been extinguished with a fire extinguisher.
So then our waitress comes over to us and says, "I'm sorry, everyone has to leave. We're closed. Our kitchen's on fire."
And we're like,
We had to vacate.
What would you like us to do? And she's like, well, there's a sports bar attached to.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, because I wanted to, only reason I want to stay the night here is
Right.
because of the restaurant.
Yeah.
If we're not going to eat here and then spend the night, we'll just go
There's no-
find something else and go home.
Yeah.
So I try to get a refund on a room, and they're like, nope, you can't get a refund
No,
on your
sir.
room. We don't do refunds.
No, you
You're
cannot.
here. And I explained the situation.
We're not going to gamble. We're not going to take advantage of all this. We just want to do the restaurant and the hotel. Can we leave?
No, you have to stay here tonight.
You can leave, but you're going to pay for it.
So we ended up going to that sports bar and having a good old buddy dinner.
I think you had a burger. I think I had like a Cobb salad. We sat next to Jimmy from Omaha, who was rooting for, it was like, I don't know, some basketball game
Some basketball on.
All these people were like, Happy Valentine's Day.
So that was one of our fails.
It's
But we made the best of it.
we made the best of it.
And that's the key.
There you go.
Early in our marriage, we did not do this.
No.
If a date didn't go according to plan, we planned something and it just wasn't working out or wasn't as fun or romantic that we thought, it literally ruined the night.
I think, we would get disappointed. We would blame each other, right? It would just cause a rift between us.
Yeah. So now you got to roll with the punches. You plan something. That's
Right.
the good thing. That's the good part.
Right.
Someone planned a date, and let's make the best out of it. I got another fail for you on our part. So you guys gotta leave something in the comments and tell me what you think of this, because I think it's hilarious. Megan didn't find it so funny at the time, but I found this awesome.
I don't know what you're going to say right now.
So it was our anniversary. It wasn't a big anniversary. It was last anniversary, which would have been 23 years.
Yeah.
23-year anniversary.
So this is fresh.
Yeah. So what I did is we have a stack of cards. If you see one of these boxes back here, we put a bunch of blank cards in there, and we get a card on sale, or we see a card, we'll
stock up on.
We'll stock up and put it in there. So I'm looking through that. And this is like 3 days before our anniversary, and I was gonna go get a card, but then I started looking through that, and I found an anniversary card.
Now,
It was a sweet, beautiful anniversary card. So I'm like, this is great. I must have gotten this
because you buy so many greeting cards, Chris.
sometime throughout the year.
Typical behavior of you.
So I take the card out, I fill it out, write a really nice note in there.
Yes, you did.
I pack it up, and on our anniversary, guess who doesn't have a card for me, but who has a card for her? I've got this anniversary card. I put it down, and she was like, oh, honey, I'm going to have to get you a card later because I can't find the one.
Because I bought your card 3 weeks ago and put it in the bin. I didn't, on my bad.
Well, you didn't say that. So what happened is you opened the card.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
From me, and you started reading it, and you got this look on your face of like, I know what you did.
Because, like I said, I didn't call you on it. You're right, but I thought I was going crazy. I thought the perimenopause ate my brain because I had gotten this card 3 weeks ago, put it in the little bin where it belongs. And I always get up before Chris in the morning of our anniversary. I'm like, I'm going to write the card. I'm like, it's not here. Oh my gosh, it's not here. I know I bought it. Did I not buy it? Oh my gosh. And I'm beating myself up.
She didn't have a card for me.
I had
on our anniversary.
anniversary.
But I had a card.
With my card.
I gave it to her. And it was funny for a minute. I'm like, hon, you'll never believe I found this card.
He was serious.
And she's like, yeah, because I got that card for you. You gave me the card I got for you. And you got upset for a minute.
I did. I was like, bro, you can't even pick out a card for me? Happy anniversary.
I found one. A good one. Right in there.
He found it. You're welcome.
So hence to say that was one of our fails. I made it up to you, I'm sure.
You did.
So the moral of the story is the dates are not always going to go perfectly. Anniversaries, Valentine's Day. But we're all in this together. As you can see, many people fail at date planning.
It doesn't matter if you are certified relationship coaches or not. Your dates are not always going to go as planned, like you said. But the most important, what's the goal of a date, right?
Connect.
To connect. So you can control. There's going to be a lot of elements outside of your control, like if the kitchen catches on fire, right? If a random wet dog runs through your picnic, the goal is to be together and connect. So regroup, change your plans, stay together, have fun, enjoy each other, and know that the next date will probably go better.
So if you have a good date night fail story, go ahead, leave it in the comments.
I want to hear it.
Also, let me know if you think I was okay for giving Megan the anniversary card that I found fair and square in the bin.
Nope. Team Megan, Team Chris. Let the people decide.
So if you're looking for some good winter date night ideas
Yes.
that might not fail, guaranteed probably not to fail,
Mostly.
watch this video next and we'll give you some ideas. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, life and love, too important to live on autopilot.
Bye, guys.